Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the ArmChair Pundits Weekend Review Show. You got myself, James. You got Bevan. You got Leon. You got Lamont. You got some winners. You got some losers, and you got some people who are.
Bro, I don't think there's any winners this week.
No, there isn't actually, is there?
No.
Football's always the winner.
Okay, some people that were, in the pub drinking like they've won, cheesing, all that kind of stuff, You got some people like that. But no, not a good weekend all round, really, was it? So we'll swiftly move on to guess the player. See if you guys can find out who this person is this week. So, guess the player this week started their career at Olympia, then moved to Bayern Munich, then they moved to Blackburn Rovers, then they joined Man City. Right out Man City, they went on loan back to Blackburn, then to Betis, then to Malaga, where he signed for Malaga. Then they went to Cruz Azul, then back to on loan to Malaga, then back to Olympia, where they all first started. Then they went to Libertad, and they're still playing actually at a ripe old age of 44.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
Still playing at a ripe old age of 44 at Nacional. Who is the player? It's a bit different this week. It's a bit of a snake, so don't be fooled. But the Lion should give it away.
I got it.
I think I got it.
Let's see. So
I got it, man.
He went back to his original club as well for a bit.
Yeah, original club for a bit. When I actually thought of the person, I didn't actually realize he was still playing. I thought his boots were
Long time.
years ago, bro.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah. You will only know this player if you are a seasoned football manager vet.
Not really.
Nah,
Brother.
bro.
No, not really.
If you knew about the Prem them times,
Yeah,
you would know it.
in that era.
Real talk.
If you knew about the Prem, like 2009 or 2007.
2009.
2009?
Nah.
2007 to
Right.
2013.
There's only one player I can think of that went Blackburn and City. I feel like I shouldn't say his name. Last time I did that.
Bruv, you know what? I'm just going to say it anyway.
You didn't say anything. You put yourself on mute, bro.
Bro, I was going to say it anyway. And then just, you know what I mean? Because when you said I just don't know the year, man.
Yeah. It is a throwback.
Yeah.
Lamont, do you want a clue or do you want the rest to guess?
Cruz?
Rocky.
Which Cruz?
I can't remember his first name. I just remember.
That was his first name.
Was Cruz his first name? Nah.
No.
I'm not giving you no more clues, bro.
Nah, mate.
You're almost there, bro.
You're almost there, bro.
You're
Is that guy?
To wrap the brain a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy.
You're
I
there.
don't know if I ever called him his first name, my guy. I can't even lie.
You said the whole name.
Do you know
No one
what?
calls him his surname.
It's Roque Santa Cruz. Because
There
you know,
you
in my
go,
head,
bro.
I'm doing Santi Cazorla in my head. I'm thinking, nah, that's not Santi. It's not Santi. Yeah.
Santa
Was that
Cruz,
2000
bro.
and...
Yeah, bro. He
But you
joined-
said you didn't know it, bro. You knew it.
No,
You
because
got
there was
going
only
on
one...
like this.
Do you know what? There was only one player and I'm thinking, it can't be him, surely, bro, because he was like that would be a real snake in the grass, and James ain't like that. But now I realise he is.
Who do you mean?
bro, he played for 3 Premier League clubs, bro. Or 2, sorry. Played for 2 Premier League clubs. He was there for a while. 2007, he joined Blackburn to 2009. Then 2009, he left Man City 2013, bro.
You know how long ago? I can't even remember Blackburn being in the top.
Technically, he probably left Man City 2012. Because
Okay.
it was abroad in 2011, 2012, 2013. But yeah.
James,
you
that
got
was a
it
good
anyway.
one. That's one of your better
Anyway.
ones, bro. Can't lie. That is one of your better ones, bro. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the predictions table. And we did have the bonus of double points for the Carabao Cup Final.
And what a final it was.
It didn't really have much of an effect. So this is last week. And we'll move to this week.
Wow, 4
Not the
points.
biggest
Love
amount of
that.
points, but Daryl came away with nothing this week, so he helped us close the gap significantly.
Yeah.
Mons got, unfortunately, the right results. Spitefully, I know he didn't really think it was going to be the score, but predicted Brighton, Liverpool. Leon predicted,
Bournemouth.
Man United.
Bournemouth,
Man
Man United.
bro. Yeah.
And obviously, Bevan got the fact that there'll be a win for Man United, just not the score.
No, for Spurs.
No,
Forest.
Sorry, for Spurs.
Forest.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And myself, I only got 1 point in the game week, but I predicted Man City would win. So luckily, I got double points. So 2 instead of 1. How great. But it helped me.
How come it says 3 there?
I predicted Man United would draw. I said 1-1.
Oh,
Man
okay.
United would draw. And then obviously I predicted Man City would win.
Yeah.
So I got 1 + 1 there.
Well, I remember when I was on 60 points, man. It seems like ages ago.
I remember when you were saying to me, "What? Bevan catches you up, bro." Bevan catches you up.
I don't like any of you, you know. I don't like any of you.
Don't worry.
Couple
1
of good
down,
weeks,
3 to go. Well, 1 down, 4 to go with this one.
Yeah.
But we move. This week there won't be any predictions at the end of the show because it is such a gap between this game week and the next game week. We've got international break and we've also got FA Cup straight afterwards. So hold tight, guys. We will post it, but we'll post it in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
We'll still have content though. We'll still have some form of content over the time. So, you know what I mean? The loyal followers will get something from us and the newcomers as well.
So we'll move back to the schedule. And boy, where do we start? Where best to start, guys?
Boy, it's a topsy-turvy weekend, this one, you know.
Might
James, I can't
Friday.
lie. Oh, why?
Might start Friday. 'Cause at that point, I thought, you know what? If Liverpool don't mess up, it could be all right here, you know? It could be all right
Bruv,
here.
horrible weekend.
So we'll
Starting on Friday.
We'll start VAR consistency. Should it be on trial? Because I can't even lie. Man United probably were robbed from a penalty. Probably were robbed of a penalty. But I do see the slight differences in the two challenges. One is going through on goal and gets pushed in terms of Maguire pushing Evan Nilsson. So that's a clear penalty. The other guy is going across the goal and he's throws himself to the floor. But they probably both should be penalties.
Bro, don't forget Cunha's as well, you know. You got to mention Cunha's penalty as well. I know he got the penalty, but it was a soft one to give.
Yeah,
do you know what it is?
It's soft.
James, everything you're saying is just inconsistent. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, not personally to you, but I'm saying officiating wise, like, it is just inconsistent, bro. There is no consistency whatsoever. You got Romero 1 week, another week you got flipping something happening at Liverpool. You got another, mate, every week, every game we watch, there's always some form of irregularity going on with the way that they officiate in these games, and it's just getting tiresome, bro. Like, when I used to watch football back in the days, you know, it's almost kind of connecting to your guess the player. We're going back that far to the point where we used to really enjoy the game organically. You're going to see things are going to get missed. Guess what? You're going to get annoyed, but it's just a game. You know that.
Are you going back to the era where Drogba gets kicked in the chest by
all of that,
Evans,
Bev?
By Evans, and then gets a yellow card?
When Alex Ferguson runs everything.
All of that, because you know what that is, Bev. No, Bev, do you know what that is? Do you know what you mentioned? Human error. Human error. Not someone sitting in front of a camera, 300 cameras, with 4 screens and can stop, pause, rewind, fast forward, frame by frame, and still get it wrong. Bev, there's no excuse for that. In my opinion, when you have got that much technology in front of you and you can be decisive and your choice is to not be decisive and or bottle it or whatever you want to call it, bruv, that is just, it's not on.
But they were decisive though, innit? They were decisive in sending Maguire off.
Yeah, but bruv,
you're talking.
Yeah, you're talking like you didn't watch the game, bro. That's what
I did watch the game, but it was decisive, innit? They made the decision.
But it wasn't decisive. It was very, very inconsistent. It wasn't decisive because you and I both know that Ahmad's foul was a penalty. And if you don't think it was a penalty, fine. But the referee that was standing 5 yards away, he knew it was a penalty.
Well,
he knew it was a penalty, but because they gave the soft penalty against Cunha,
a whistle then, bro.
But because he gave the soft penalty against Cunha, he thought, we can't give United 2 penalties in 2 minutes. That ain't gonna work. Our jobs are gonna be on the line. But instead, what they do is they send Maguire off and Bottle giving Ahmad the penalty. It's ridiculous.
Maguire was sending off, bro. The problem is the injustice of you not getting a decision at the other end. Let's be real.
Yeah, but if we get that decision, bruv, the game is Bournemouth ain't doing nothing after that, in my opinion.
Question: how many penalties should there have been
in that game?
Yeah, for you, how many penalties out of those 3? How many of them should have been penalties?
It's weird though, because I would say 2, yeah, but it's weird because, and I'm including Maguire's one in that too. The Cunha's one was a penalty, but it was so soft, brother. It was unreal. When I saw it, I was like celebrating, but I was like, "Raw, is this what we come to? This is horrible." Like, but
this is what we come to. It's the second one.
I bet you still cheered for it, though, bro.
It's the second one.
Come on. But James, all right, check this then. On another, let me spin it again. So,
I don't think it's a penalty, by the way.
Who Cunha's one?
Yeah, I don't think it's a penalty.
Okay. So why?
Well, neither does Lamont because he said it's so soft.
Remember, it's still a penalty, but it was soft. No, I said it was soft. I never said it wasn't a penalty. I said it was soft, actually.
Like he did
bro, you didn't say it was soft. You said it was so soft, bro.
That back pedal was cold, bro. I like it.
Yeah, but it was so soft. I didn't say it wasn't a penalty. It was just so soft. But if he doesn't give the penalty, he has to book him for simulation. But how can he book him for simulation if his shirt has been pulled when he's past the player? It's one of them. But he has to book him for simulation because of how
he doesn't have to book him for simulation.
So what does he do? Get up. Probably has to book him for simulation.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So that's a decision he has to make, though, right?
Yeah, because not every foul, not every tackle is a foul, is it? Like not every bit of contact is a foul, and the player can still go to the ground to sell it, but you don't send them off for it. As if there was no contact and he goes down, then you book him. So he doesn't have to book him for simulation at all.
So do you think if he doesn't give the penalty there, in your opinion, do you reckon he would just not even card him neither?
Yeah, I reckon he's play on. I reckon he'll just play on.
Just play on.
You would have played on.
Oof.
Outside of the dodgy penalty, right? Yeah. The 2 dodgy penalties. The penalty that you weren't given and the penalty that they weren't given. Do you think that you're good enough to win the game anyway?
What? Chances wise? No, I don't. But I do feel like in football, there are those moments. I think I was talking about this last week that make I think we had the same thing last week, actually. There's like moments in the game where at the minute, it feels like the officials have got so much of control on whether or not the game goes well or not for all the teams, to be honest with you. I hear that,
but then isn't there onus on your team to play better to get the result that they need rather than just leaving it in the hands of the officials?
Yeah,
because I'm saying outside of Ahmad's penalty that he wasn't given and outside of the penalty that they were given, there was another 89 minutes that happened in that game.
Yeah, and we had a few chances. We didn't manage to beat the Bournemouth keeper outside that because he had a stellar game. But there was one goal. So there was one chance cleared off the line. Ahmad had a chance in the first half. We didn't have an abundance of chances, Biff, but we still had chances to win the game. I do feel like we probably just about edged it in like decent chances. But we weren't good enough quality-wise, in my opinion, overall. So the 2-2 draw is one of them ones where you do feel like you lost it. But when there's decisions like that in a game, you can't help but to feel like they were the massive difference makers. To be honest, you just can't help it. Maguire's one's irrelevant because that was at the end of the game. I guess it was a penalty. And yes, you could say it's not irrelevant because they drew 2-2. But it was that you can't... That is part of the game. He was always going to get a sending off there. That is definitely a foul. There's no dispute. But I feel like the other parts in the game where the referee should have stood up and officiated the game proper, they didn't do their job. And neither did Stockley Park or wherever they are these days.
This week.
Well, you're right in terms of the game itself. You look at, I love to do stats. They had 55%, you had 45. XG 190, 177. Total shots 16 to them, 14 for you. 5 on target each. 5 shots on target each, yeah. And big chances, you both had 2 and missed 1. So if you've ever seen an even game, realistically, it's there.
Yeah.
So listen, they always say when you're challenging for something, if you can't win the game, don't lose it.
Yeah, facts.
So you guys are fighting to finish 3rd, or in your case, you're still fighting for the title. So no. You officially know. Okay, cool. We've got him, guys. Officially know.
It's official.
So you're fighting for 3rd place, which is probably a given now anyway. But listen, you didn't lose the game. As disappointing as you may feel, it's a point gained, I guess.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Not.
Yeah.
You still don't feel a point gained?
I still feel aggrieved,
10 million as well.
Yeah, I know, but I still feel aggrieved, bruv. We definitely should have done better within the 90 minutes, but I'm not going to keep on going on because it is frustrating to even just watch a game like that, bruv. And it weren't the first thing that I saw this weekend. You know, like that was the first thing, and then there was more VAR indecisions and all kinds of foolishness over the weekend. It's just like one thing after another. I'm just getting sick of them all. One ref in the middle of the pitch, 2 linos and a 4th official. That's all we need. I don't need the rest of the foolishness they got us paying for.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll move on. Bit of a different one because we had a derby this weekend and there was a lot on the line after the first game. Newcastle versus Sunderland, disallowed goal, late winner, and an important stoppage right at the end. Boy, it was a good game, I'll be honest with you. Really good game. Tie and wear derby. Sometimes we're tying, sometimes tie and wear. This time it's a tie and wear. But I can't remember the last time Sunderland beat Newcastle home and away.
Years, bro.
Obviously, they haven't been in the league together for a long time. But even when they were, you didn't see it happening. It must have been, I haven't checked, but it must have been when Kevin Phillips and Niall Quinn were together. That's the only time I can think that's probably happened. But probably not even then. I can see Leon's brain thinking, I probably know what it is. I probably know what it was.
Literally trying to think that as well.
But
I think there was a time after that, but it was when they had Dick Advocat in charge and the Defoe and them, man. I'm sure that they had one then.
Okay. But listen, credit, because Newcastle looked like they were getting on top. And the form that Sunderland are in, they are not doing well at all at the moment. And for them to come back into that game and to score the 2 goals they did, both kind of similar in terms of scruffy, but I don't know if it's Champions League that's made them tired, because you can forget about the first goal. That can be like you can look at that, but the second goal, Willett playing a crossfield ball, it getting cut out, and him just standing there watching and then jogging across, not looking to close anyone down. Then when he gets into the box, it's not even. I won't even say it's great movement from Robbie, but he just runs past. What's his name? Right back. I always forget his name now.
Livermore.
Yeah, Livermento.
Sorry, my bad.
And he just stands and watches him. Like literally watches him run past him, doesn't move, to the point where Robbie gets 2 attempts.
Yes,
at scoring, and Livermento still doesn't move.
Yeah, the first save. I mean, to be fair, Ramsdale was a man possessed. To be fair, because he kept them in the game for large parts. I don't know. Am I the only one that thought that Sunderland always looked like they were going to give them a problem throughout the game? I don't know. Even coming into this game, they kind of look. Brodbury was on it. He was on it, bro.
You have to be on it in that game. Like I think in terms of derbies, that's got to be one of the most volatile derbies you've got in the Premier League. I think it might even be more volatile than the North London derby, because they really don't like each other. I think two towns or 2 cities where they're one club cities. So that's the biggest derby that they got. And if you ever go Newcastle, boy, and you told someone that they're from Sunderland, they might cuss out your mum. Like it's a big deal. You know what I
mean? When Gordon scored after 10 minutes, another one which was like, what was
horrible defensive, horrible defensive mistake.
Like I thought, okay, cool. Can they come back? Because obviously we don't really talk about Champions League. the way they got moved up by Barca in the second half, you're at home. You're expecting a reaction, innit? Like, realistically, what do you want next? You want a derby. Some people might say you want an easy game, but there's no easy games in the Premier League anymore. So you want a derby that you can get up for, and that you can say, okay, you know what, everyone, all on the toes, and let's fight and win this game. But after the equaliser, it feels like they lost the fight. Yeah, they got the winning goal was 90th minute, but you're right in terms of after Taubi scored, it looked like there was going to be one winner, really.
Yeah, and the thing about it,
but not much.
And the thing about it is, James, there was a naughty stat that the commentator kind of went through when they were playing, saying that Newcastle are the second worst team in the league in regards to going ahead and then losing.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, when you got, I think only West Ham are worse than them or something like that. And I'm telling you now, when you're, like you said, when you're playing against Barca and then you get dispatched like that, and then you got the wear tie or tie wear derby coming up.
I've got the stat. Newcastle dropped 19 points from winning positions this season, second most in the league.
There you go.
That's horrible.
That is horrible, bruv. That is horrible. And the thing about it is, yeah, I don't know if it's even the right turn of phrase, but you know, like the eye test, when you look at them playing, you're thinking, they look all right, you know, but you have to look at them for a very short period of time, because it's almost like they just get zapped of energy, their elixir leaves the building, and it's like all you just see is bare bones, because they start doing... Go on.
Sometimes they look busy, but it's busy not doing a lot. And sometimes you get them making the wrong decision. I feel like even in that game with Elanga, some of his decision making is a bit off sometimes.
Yeah.
And like even some of the chances that he had, he could have put Newcastle out of sight, really. I don't know if that's been necessarily a good move from them. Be interesting to see what Newcastle thinks about his Elanga signing, because I don't think it's been that great for them, to be honest. Not to single anyone out.
Nah, it hasn't. I mean, they don't suit his style. They should suit his style, but they don't.
Yeah.
Because they don't counter attack as much as Forest did last year, and that's what worked for him. He had so much space to run into, whereas now he doesn't have that same amount of space as often. And even then, last year, if we look with a fine-tooth comb, he missed a lot last year as well. Just because it was Nottingham Forest and there were the odd winner or the equaliser, it makes it look better.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. He's working well in a good side.
Yeah.
And when the sides start falling off, it's almost like he can't take them to the next level. I mean, for all intents and purposes, though, James, that game was what you would expect to see in a derby, in terms of energy, in terms of kind of quality, even, you know, a few mistakes here. And I think a fair few yellows got dished out, to be honest, if I remember rightly. I think the only thing I would say, double what? Of cards?
I think overall, I might mix
between home and away?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, though, because there was what I'm counting 7 in that game this weekend.
6.
6,
yeah, I think
okay.
7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't double figures, 7.
I think the only thing I was a little bit disappointed by was the alleged discriminatory abuse. There was some kind of, I don't know what abuse that was happening in the stadium, but kind of, you know, leaves a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. I know we were talking about racism and, you know, other discrimination going on in the league and how they're policing it. It's been investigated, so I guess we can't talk about it too much, but it's one of those, isn't it? You know, you just kind of fed up hearing these things. Right? Yeah, Gertrude, yeah. So just getting sick of it, really.
We'll see what comes out over the next few days, but it needs to stop. But cool, we'll move on. Not sure Leon wants to talk, but I don't want to talk either, so I'm the host, so I'll get him to talk first.
That is horrible.
That's horrible.
That football is going on like he just met you, like he don't know you for over a couple decades, Lee.
Please, I know Leon will keep it brief, innit? He'll keep it brief.
Will he? Brother, no, he won't.
You can't.
No, he won't.
Impossible.
I need to keep it brief. I need to keep it moving. I need to keep the show on the road, because we're gonna have to do 46 matches next season. So boy,
as the title says, a relegation 6-pointer that became a route, and in other words, a route downwards. So
James, I'm clipping that. That one there, I'm sorry, Leo, I'm clipping that. Root downwards.
Told you, James is not a nice guy, bro.
Bro, you did warn us, though. You warned us. To be fair, you warned us.
what's wrong with that? You know, it's a title. It's a segment
Man said a
title.
route downward, you know. Well, real talk, that's what it's been for the last 5 years, really. Yeah, I mean, going into the game, you know, we had a load of rallying cries, the memes, the messages from the fans say, you know, we need to get behind the team. The players co-signing this, say, yeah, we're gonna go out there and make you proud and blah 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 blah. And then the game happens. First of all, the formation, we went 4-4-2 again. Not sure why. We didn't play 4-4-2 against Atletico. Played pretty much what everyone was expecting us to do, which is 4-2-3-1. And we went into this game against a team who has a very strong midfield trio with Anderson, Sangare, and Morgan Gibbs-White. And we've basically allowed them to dominate the midfield because of that. We've had Pedro Porro playing right midfield, he's not a right midfielder, he's a right back. He can deliver a ball every now and then, but he doesn't have the ability to beat people. So playing him right wing or right midfield didn't make sense. And then we've played Solanke and Richarlison, who have never ever played well together. There's not one game I've seen them both play together, and we've caused problems consistently. And so when I saw it, I was a little bit alarmed. First half weren't bad. We actually weren't bad. It was. I don't think there was real quality. There wasn't real quality, James, and there were a couple of chances which.
I thought we were a better team.
With Tell, where the goalkeeper's made a save and it's hit the crossbar. But before that, I think there was a chance where Richarlison got to the byline and he plays the ball across the goal way too quickly for
It might have been offside, but it was still good,
slide in.
Good play.
Yeah, it was decent play, but you still could. As much as we showed effort, there wasn't really enough cutting edge, and you could see that. And you could see that we didn't really have enough creative thought processes, like movements. Even the link up, there wasn't really any link up play between Richarlison and Solanke at all. So it didn't really. For me, it was a good half for effort, but quality wise, I wouldn't say no. And then to concede a goal just before half time from a set piece, as per usual. And I don't really know what was going on between the 3 or 4 defenders that were supposed to deal with the back post. But Spence is literally done nothing in that. I don't know what he's doing, but what's his name? Is it Igor? Igor's ended up with a free header, and he's standing in the 6-yard box. That's impossible. You can't be that close to the goal, and you've got no one picking you up.
He wasn't even goal side, bruv. Mad thing. Jed just left him.
Bro,
he didn't have to jump.
No one was goal side. He was free as a bird, bro.
He was going backwards a little bit.
He didn't have to jump. He literally just stood there and headed it in. So when that happens, you're thinking, man, it's only 1-0. We've been the better of the two teams, but it's only 1-0. We can come out second half and do something.
But that's why I think he panicked.
What?
I think he panicked. I don't think he should have made those changes. I think he, like you said, yes, I agree. Was it as cohesive as it could be? But the players who aren't used to playing together as much in that system, I think he should have given it another 10 minutes and to see rather than to do it at half time.
Even if you don't give it 10 minutes, James, why do you bring on Lucas Bergvall at right wing, bro?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Please tell me how that's the answer to this problem. He's taken off Van der Ven and Spence. Fine. Porro goes into at right back. But why would you bring on Bergvall and play him at right wing? He's been injured for weeks, if not a couple of months at least.
Yeah, a couple of months.
He's not fully fit, and you're playing him in on the wing when he's never been a winger, never played on the right. Why are we doing that? I don't know. And to be honest with you, there isn't really much else to say from there because Forest came out and the second half they dominated. We never laid a glove on them in the second half. Never laid a glove on them. And honestly, this game was supposed to be the rallying cry, the call to say, you know, we're in this fight and we're going to show. And we've lost 3-0 at home. everyone that comes to the White Hart Lane right now is just feeding. Right now, they're getting fed. It's known for being an entertainment destination now. Honestly, everyone that comes there is getting
Man
hospitality.
said concert and Grand Prix. That's it. You better do football over
Bro,
there.
honestly,
NFL
like
as well, bro.
any
NFL.
team that comes there is having a field day. And I said it last week with the WSL women. Like other teams are coming to the lane and they're like, "Fam, this is great. This pitch is carpet. No, mate. Someone needs to either turn up the heat in the dressing room, turn off the hot water.
Water on the
They need to
floor.
make this uncomfortable because everyone team that coming there is just feeling nice."
Yeah.
And Forest have come. They've done a double over us, 6-0, 6-0, basically.
Yeah,
2
boy.
games, 3-0. And in both games, you couldn't even say they're not the better team. They were the better team. We have a better first half? Yes, an encouraging one. But
Yeah,
second
it's
half,
90-minute game, innit? It's a
absolute
90-minute
business.
game, bruv. It's not
Yeah,
just a
West
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
That was his first win in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, it was.
Question.
And in
Victor
fact,
Pereira for Forest.
Yeah, for Nottingham Forest, that was his first win in the Premier League. They said.
Yeah, there you go, bro. Teams that play Tottenham get gifts, bruv. This is what we do. So all I know is I said to you guys, if we lost to Palace, the writing was on the wall. I think we're probably going to go down, and we've lost again to another relegation rival. I honestly don't know what to do. Not me personally, but I actually
I know
don't
what you
know
mean.
where the club go from here because they've made so many bad decisions going down the line. Igor Tudor wasn't the right guy. Thomas Frank wasn't the right guy. We kept Thomas Frank in too long. We got rid of Andrew and maybe he should have got a chance. Who knows what difference would they have made? But so many decisions have been made that have negatively impacted where we are now. And we fully deserve to go down if we don't survive. You know, it's self-inflicted, honestly.
yeah, you haven't been unlucky. It's not been one of them ones where you was unlucky with some decisions.
You can moan about
it's
injuries,
just been
but
overall.
there's players here that
Talk
should
about
not
injuries
be,
though. Mateus Tell.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
I did have a question, but I don't know. Do you might have players that can fight, but do you actually have the quality to avoid relegation?
No, I don't think we have players that can fight. And Bevan, if you saw the second half, you would see that because there's no reason why you go into half time at 1-0 when you've been the team in the ascendancy for most of the game and you come out in the second half and play like this. Like there isn't a fight. We saw a little bit of fight against Atletico, who already knew they were through. The team, it was already 5-2. They know that going through in the Champions League to the next round is not really what we need to be doing right now. So they already had another 1 foot in the next round. But other than that, we had a performance against a Liverpool team who've been struggling. But again, we appeared to show some fight, but it was a false dawn because you can't go up against your relegation rivals and lose 3-0 at home.
That's wild.
Maybe a 1-0 or 2-1, you can say fair enough. But 3-0, mate, that shows me they don't have the fight. Forget the quality, bro. Fighting right now. You just got to grind it out. We can't defend. We never have enough in midfield. And our attack is just blunt as anything.
The thing about it is, Leon, you got two things to consider here as well, yeah? You got Mateus Tell came off with an injury today. I don't know how substantial that is, if that's going to be, long term. And I know I'm probably picking heads a little bit, but, that's another winger, another attacker, another kind of someone that could produce goals or goal opportunities for you that, you're going to lose. And you've got Vicario, albeit not the greatest goalkeeper, but he's going in for a hernia operation just by the international break. I don't know how long it's going to take him to recover, but you could be looking at Kinski starting after the international break. Brother, I ain't even sure where you're getting your next win from, my guy. I can't lie.
I honestly don't know.
Dark over there. Real dark.
Bro, today was a team that we're in a battle with. And we've not even laid a significant glove on them. And we've lost 3-0. So I don't know where the wins are coming from. Every fixture I look at, in previous seasons, you might have gone, you know what, I can see us getting a win there. I don't know where they're going to come from. We've got our next home games are not against easy teams. We're playing Leeds, who are also in the battle. Yeah, we've got Brighton first, but we know what Brighton's like. Like
Well,
they
Liverpool
when they
know
play
what Brighton's
football,
like.
when they're on it, they're very difficult to beat. And we always struggle against Brighton, even when we've had good teams, we've struggled against Brighton. So I don't see where the wins are coming from. They're gonna have to do something to make me believe that these guys are gonna do it. And the fact that they done all of this stuff, rallying the fans getting behind them, and then they produce that. It's a slap in the face, man. It's an actual slap in the face that they have the cheek to even have fans come and watch them play. That's how I feel right now.
Boy, can't really beat that, can you?
Nope.
I don't think there's anything else really to say after that, but
No, man.
Leon's kind of summed it up nicely.
Well, I guess you move from one misery to another misery. The Welbeck story. In his 30s and doing better than he was before. Boy. If you haven't watched my pod, watch the pod. If you haven't watched the Bronx pod, watch his pod. Post-match reactions are out there. And mine was short and sweet because he didn't deserve much more. Otherwise, I'd have been ranting for 20, 25 minutes. And it would have been the same thing over and over again. So I'll say a little bit because there wasn't much to say. Wednesday against Galatasaray, we've been there before. Play well in the Champions League. You think, oh, maybe we're going to come back into the Premier League and do something. And it just shows that, as I said on my post-match, Liverpool are not a very good Premier League team right now. Liverpool in the Premier League are very easy to read, very easy to close down, and very easy to escape the press from. Like, it's actually unacceptable, some of the stuff that's been happening this season, but we've said it all before. And the game itself, we started off okay, if I'm being honest with you. Like, at kickoff, I was like, okay, the team looks all right. Obviously, no Alisson again. I've never seen a goalkeeper his age injured so much. I was thinking Neuer, and then when I looked up, Neuer's 39, sorry. So I was like, no, I can't even compare the two. Like, Neuer getting injured that much at 39 is different to Alisson getting injured at his age. His hamstrings are gone. We know that now. So it's now the search for another goalkeeper. But we got.
So you got Mama still to the end of the season then?
We haven't said when, but in general, like, we can't rely on Alisson's fitness. Like,
yeah. Is he going World Cup? He's obviously not going World Cup then.
No, he'll come back before the end of the season, but it's just another injury. Just another injury. We've had it so many times where, I think it happened last year, where he got injured against AC Milan, and then he didn't play the weekend, and then he played the weekend after, and he got injured again. I was like, obviously, if someone is not playing because of a hamstring injury, he doesn't miss 1 week, and then you bring back in.
Yeah, that's a few weeks.
Last week. He didn't play last week, and then he misses a game, and he's back again for 2. So, well, 1, because he got injured after that. So, it's a bit silly. Mohamed Ashfili, with his hands, not a problem. In the air, not a problem. Aerially, not a problem. But with his feet, not good enough. Can he improve on that? Possibly. But listen, he wasn't the problem today. The problem was the fact that we just don't know how to attack in any sort of patterns. Like, you watch Liverpool and no one can tell you how Liverpool play. There's no patterns of play going forward. Then the manager's making weird subs. I mean, come on. Ekatike goes off with a dead leg. Unfortunate, but that's our main attacker and the one guy we've got with pace. So what does he do? He brings on Curtis Jones. And keeps the same system. The same system. When you've got Chiesa who can play the similar position, and he's got pace. But we all know doesn't fancy him football-wise. But at least for the continuity of our style of football we're trying to play, bring him on. But he brings on Jones. Doesn't really work. They score an easy goal. Luckily, we get back in. The one person that's alive, Kirkes.
That was a stinker by Dunk, though.
He smells something's going to go wrong. He smells it.
Brother, that is a stinker by Dunk, bro. Honestly.
But he gets the goal. But then you're thinking, okay, cool. Like, we've got out of jail. Like, just step on it now, innit? Half time, we're going in 1-1. And I've said this so many times this season. can we come out second half and be a different Liverpool? Because we were always rubbish in the first half. But at one point in the season, second half, we were the best second half team. I think that ended like October. Sometime. But now it's just a horror show. I said it last week that he should be gone. Like after this game yesterday. This week you should be seeing Steven Gerrard or Alonso coming in just so we can get the manager bounce because it's just not working. He's making excuses, saying it's not excuses. He's asking for teams to come and play football and not put their gloves up so it's harder for us to go and attack. And then when they do play football, we still lose. And then he praises Brighton, saying, "Oh yeah, losing to Brighton, well, it's a difficult place to go to. So I'm not that annoyed that we lost. I'm more annoyed that we lost to Tottenham. No, I'm annoyed we lost both games. Full stop. No more. So we didn't even lose to Tottenham. That's it's even worse. He's more annoyed at a draw against Tottenham than a loss against Brighton. How does that make sense?
Yeah, I think he's a bit lost though, bruv. Slot. I think he is at a loss, honestly, because funny, I know. For me, you looked a lot better in the 8 minutes of Ekitike being on the pitch, but that's probably more so because of his movement and because his willingness to run as well. Whereas I said it last week, James, and I'm going to say it again. I'm so disappointed with Gakpo, bruv. I don't know now looking at him 2 weeks on the bounce, like player cam, I do not know what I was seeing. Don't get me wrong, he had one chance where he cut in on his right, which I know you hate me saying, but he does. It's his signature move. He cuts in on his right, and then he took a shot, and the keeper made a very good save because that shot looked terrifying. But outside of that, I can't tell you what he done for the entire game. Like,
that's what he does. That's what he does every game. if you see a clip of him, everything will be that, and the rest of it will be him tracking back. That
is so one-dimensional, bro. That where you need more strings to your bow, my guy. Like, you're an international player. Come on.
That's the evolution of these meaty Dutch players, bros. That's where they're at right now. They're not great. And Gakpo's just another one off the production line, isn't it?
He's not a starter. He's not.
Nah, he's not, bro.
He's a sub-rotation guy where you can do that one-trick pony, cut in and cross it to the far post, or cut in and shoot and forget you got people overlapping and all that kind of stuff. You can do that, but here we can't. Like, I don't know.
You looked a bit disjointed though.
Do you know what it is? I'll be honest though. I think that like Liverpool's squad's just thin, innit? It's been like that for a long time, and there's only so long that you can play with 14, 15 players. It's never going to work. It's always going to be difficult to have that thin of a squad, because if you do get injuries, then who comes in to change anything? Mm-hmm. And if you do have players playing poorly, then you got to rely on bringing on Curtis Jones to be the outlet. I'm not saying Curtis Jones is a good player. He's a good player. It's a good squaddy.
Play his position. Let him play centre field.
But not in the wing.
McAllister has been awful all season. And Curtis Jones, when he's played in his natural position, he's been better. But obviously, he sees McAllister as one of his foot stalwarts, so he plays regardless.
He trusts him more. Obviously.
To your point, right back, we always have one injured. We have no right wing cover for Salah. We have no cover at centre back, and we have our most expensive player in Isak out. So all the threats that we need and want, like you said, we're thin. We don't have them. So I don't know. We should have a balanced squad where you look at it. Bruv, I looked at Brighton's bench, and their bench is better than ours.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Bench, they will be playing for Liverpool.
Yeah, no, well, obviously I didn't go that far, but I definitely thought like you could bring on any one of these players and they will change the game. Matoma, for example, like he came on. They had Baleba. Okay, he had the best season. I'm about to say, right, yeah, fair enough. But I was going to say he never played as well as he did last season. But I feel like any top side will probably take him because that's a project right there. Mm-hmm. So and. Yeah, look, it's disappointing when you see your team performing like that. You think to yourself, guys, man, you're better quality than that. Even defensively, like I'm not even going to single out Van Dijk, but Konate, he weren't doing a job. Like, even when you're seeing them looking a little bit disjointed, you normally see someone just go like, come on, man. There was one point, and I saw a clip of Van Dijk like directing, and I know I say he normally does it, but this time I actually saw him telling the wingers to come back and defend, yeah? And I did not see anybody come into the frame. So that means they weren't listening or they were just doing a slow jog. And from that, resulted a goal. And I'm like, you see it there? So there is some kind of, there's no harmony. There's lack of cohesion there. Like, you know, they need to go and do like paintballing or something to just get things back together.
It's not just that. There's this stat that they brought out, yeah, where it says that we under him we're like the most rested team compared to Klopp's days. There's more days off, and last year it was all good because we're winning, and it was attributed to we've had the more days off, so it's helped Liverpool in terms of injury prevention. Well, not this season. They've had the same amount of days off, if not more, and more injuries. Yeah, one of the big issues we've got at Liverpool, there's a stat that says 26 of the 31 games this season we've been outrun.
Yes.
We've been outrun. Yes, people will say, yeah, but Liverpool have more ball than everyone else. Well, that's not always the case in terms of that, because everyone was praising Liverpool midweek against Galatasaray because we outrun Galatasaray, we had more of the ball. So you can have more of the ball outrun. Klopp did it over and over again. We outrun teams and we had more of the ball. And we just don't look fit. Like, people used to say it early in the season, and I wasn't buying into it, I'll be honest. I wasn't buying into it. But game after game, and you see people just run through our midfield and no one track back. Like you're saying with Van Dijk, screaming at people. That's not the first time. You're just seeing it now. He's been saying it for ages, and people don't come back. And then people are saying, oh, why is he always waving his arms around? That's not leadership. He's exasperated because he's telling guys to come back, and they're not. And it's just like open part of the Red Sea. And it's happened all season. Another stat, I think, you know what? It's too many. I'm not even going to find enough.
I'm fed up.
Is it the wins away from home?
Yes, away from home. I think, but yes, it's the wins away from home. Our away record is horrible. What I will say is we've won 4 games in the last 13.
That is not champion. That is not Champions League flipping, challenging kind of record running there. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants the Champions League this year, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play. Only Man United want to play Champions League football.
Yeah.
Everyone else, forget about it. They don't want it.
Our last 3 games, we've lost to Wolves, which we should beat because they're bottom of the league. We lost to Tottenham because they're fighting relegation.
You drew.
I'm sure I keep thinking it's a loss. That's how bad it.
That's how it feels. Yeah, I know.
We drew, and it's not because of who it is. It's because what those wins would have meant.
Represented.
We'll be level with Man United, and that's not even great. That's not even great. That's the minimum I expected this season. To be above Man United was the minimum I expected this season, and then to lose yesterday. So Chelsea are doing the same thing. Listen, I can go on all day. So
before we segue to Chelsea, I just want to ask you boys. Yeah, I want to ask you boys a question. Obviously, Welbeck's probably in the best form of his life at the minute, and I think everybody will arguably say that Welbeck's one of them guys. When he plays for England, he always manages to get a goal or be involved in some kind of something. Do you feel like there's been a little bit of disjustice why he hasn't been selected, or you think like, nah, he don't deserve to be in there? Because I thought it's an unformed scenario, yeah? Watkins is in better form than him. Tony is in even. Has he not picked Watkins? I thought Watkins was.
Did, I'm not sure. I thought.
All right, but I'm guessing he'll be in the conversation. I know definitely he's picked Calvert-Lewin, even though his form is horrible. He has been well. He has done well this season, but then he's very kind of up and down. But Welbeck, I feel like he's pretty inconsistent, especially internationally. So my question is, do you reckon he should have been given a go?
He's still got time towards the end of the season. And I think this squad that he's picked is just like, it's like a B squad, isn't it? I think maybe he could have got a run out in this squad, but then it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily, it might be a kind of a backward step. Could be.
No, he doesn't start enough games though. I think he's often on the bench, and that's possibly why. Will he be starting for England? No.
That's exactly what I was about to say to you. Like, he's playing the role of the person that's the backup dancer, realistically, because no one ain't starting over Kane. Big man thing.
I guess when you look at it, he's called up Solanke and Calvert-Lewin. That's the only other strikers. They're younger.
Solanke.
They're younger and they get about a bit more. That's I guess that's what he's looking at. He's got a new contract.
I think
now.
it's also assessing how effective he will be from coming off the bench, because you got to look at Kane, right? Kane is not going to come off the bench. He's starting every game for England. Welbeck, as much as he has been fairly consistent, there has been ups and downs this season. Most of his goals have come from when he started games. He's. I think there's only one game where he came on as a sub. I think it's against Chelsea where he scored. I think he scored a couple earlier in the season, really early in the season. But other than that, he hasn't really been that effective coming off the bench. So that might be the thinking there is he's not as, I guess, effective as he is when he starts games. So maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, true. But like I said, he might still get in the next squad, but we'll see. But for it to be 35 man and he's not, it doesn't bode well. All right, Everton destroyed Chelsea. As Bevan keeps saying, no one else other than Man United want this spot. So a blunt scoreline and a messy question for Chelsea. Did I expect Chelsea to lose 3-0? No. Was I ecstatic that Everton beat Chelsea? Yeah. But it also means that I think Everton have 3 points or 4 points behind Liverpool. So that's not great.
Yeah.
That's not great. So, listen, Chelsea have issues, man.
Bro.
We've all said it. They're too young. Bevan said it from the very beginning. They're just going to keep making mistake after mistake because they've got no real leadership. And when your most senior player is your goalkeeper, who makes the kind of mistakes he makes, first he tries to gift Beto a goal by dilly-dally and do nonsense.
Bro, delay.
Like, what is going on? And I don't know what the other goalkeepers have to do to get a run out. Because, listen,
they must be trash.
Sanchez is not good enough.
They must be awful keepers if they can't get in over Robert Sanchez.
Well, they played, is it Jorgensen? Didn't they play Jorgensen?
Last season, he's at West Ham now, isn't it? No, that's someone else. Yeah, Jorgensen, yeah, you're right. They played Jorgensen recently.
No, but didn't they play him in Europe and that's when they shipped free against PSG?
Yes, because he was injured. Sanchez was injured, and he played against PSG.
Yeah. I mean, when I say like I don't think Robert Sanchez he's just like the level below the top tier goalkeeper. Yeah, he's not number one.
2, and they bought him to play number 1 at Chelsea. He was Brighton's number 2.
He's number 2 for a reason. He makes too many mistakes, and he can have some good shot stopping attributes. He does have good shot stopping attributes. Yeah,
as when the says, that's your job. If you can't shot stop as a goalkeeper, why are you a goalkeeper?
No, I hear that, but there's a lot of keepers that ain't really, you know what I mean? They command in other ways.
True,
but
I don't know.
He also can lose he can also make some mistakes, horrible mistakes like he did yesterday. And I mean, the first goal, you can blame him, but I think, is it Cucurella? Someone doesn't come across to stop Beto from running it, from scoring his goal.
Don't come across.
Great finish though.
Yes,
great finish. And Garner's vision, ex-Man United, his vision just to get it between the defenders there, bam. You know what I mean? It's proper.
Bro, vision, he had acres of space.
Yeah.
He just hit the space. And you had to run into it.
Yo, listen, that's what they learn in the academy, bro.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Academy?
I don't even know. Where did he come from again?
You said it, innit?
United. Oh, yeah, God. Yeah. You played for United. Did I say that? Wow.
What I know is that there's an African Nations champion called Iliman Ndiaye.
All right, rate him.
Who scored a belter.
Bad boy goal. And
you sit there, you think, why can't no one in my team do that?
Hey, just to touch on quickly what you guys were saying about goalkeeper. Yeah, on their bench, you know they had an under an under 21 keeper on their bench. He's never played a first team game, so they haven't got a senior like another number 2 senior keeper there for me. Because if Chelsea, bro, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous,
bro. The thing is, that Chelsea whole recruitment thing has just been terrible over the last couple of years. This project, what they've tried to do of just sign young players and give them those like 20-year contracts hasn't necessarily worked because they're not. They haven't got like leaders. There's no leaders in that team, and
even the manager,
bro. Like even what they did with the manager doesn't make sense. They got the manager in from Strasbourg and just said, "Yeah, you're going to have to do this job," and he's not ready for it.
Yeah, what credibility does he have to do that? Like,
he's not ready for it.
No, man. Them man ain't gonna rate him.
Bro, he was at their team, wasn't he? At their feeder club. Yeah, exactly. He couldn't say no. They basically said you get a promotion. You got a promotion. Come on, you're working for us. And he's like, okay. And then that's what's happened. So like, how's he gonna lead the dressing room and command the players when he's like a couple years older than them? I'm not saying that always makes a difference, but like
he would be if they had senior players though.
Yeah. The thing is though, he bodes me as the type of person that's going to probably try and be friends with these guys rather than being their manager, just because I can see the kind of personalities they've got in there and the characters. I don't know if he's going to be able to manage them proper, because the Enzos and the Palmers, like them, man, they don't look like they're going to take too much talking before they say, "Bro, have you played at this level? Chill. Like, we know what we're doing. Just tell the other boys over there to do what they need to be doing." You know what I mean?
Clearly don't know what they're doing though.
But they don't know what they're doing, bruv. Do you know what? That battle for
little bit of ton of your mentality there, Mons.
What's that?
Showing a little bit of your mentality there, mate.
Why?
Why would them man be doing that? Why would they say that? He's a manager. They got to come in and show respect, innit? It doesn't matter about whether he played at their level or not. If he knows how to manage, he knows how to manage, bro. So them man have got to go in there and do their thing. Will they agree with every decision he makes? No. But we saw what happened with the previous manager. He was being told to play certain people and what minutes and this, that, and the other, and he didn't like it. So Rosinia's got to go in there, and he's obviously got to be the yes man because Chelsea have their own agenda, which no one really knows about. Them man have got to fall in line. So they may be unhappy, but good luck to seeing if they get the moves that they want if they're trying to get out of there.
Yeah, that's true. Did any of you see Njai's last little caption on camera?
Like
my man shouting "Champions of Europe" into the
Africa.
To the lens of the camera, boy.
Champions of Africa.
Champions of Africa.
Oh yeah, that's it. Champions of Africa. Sorry. Yeah, I respect it. I respect it completely. Some noise you can't shut out.
Yeah. So cool. Thank you, Chelsea, because you kept us in fifth spot, and I think they've got Man City their next league game. So, but it doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean we're going to win our next game. But it keeps it travelling down that same path. So we move on to what we call the lightning round. So only 3 other games to talk about, which we'll be very brief on. Aston Villa beat West Ham, which is good news for Leon, obviously, because it keeps West Ham in the bottom 3. Bad news for Liverpool because Villa won 2-0, so they've stretched their gap over Liverpool. But poor goalkeeping there as well. Poor VAR in that game as well. It's just VAR issues everywhere. Then you had Fulham versus Burnley. Burnley took the lead. Good goal by Fleming, but Fulham weren't to be denied. Harry Wilson.
Burnley are gone, mate.
Yeah. Harry Wilson doing his normal thing. So for Raul Jimenez, I was wondering why he was on his knees, and it was his first goal since his dad died.
Oh.
And it also gives him the 14th consecutive penalty that he scored.
Respect that.
So
he's a good player, man. I've always liked him.
Yeah, it's the head when he cracked his goal. That's what unfortunately it stumped his career really.
Yeah,
he was flying at that point, and it took him a while to get back.
Yeah,
to the point he had to leave. Question for you guys on that though: do you not think his penalty is illegal? I know they don't stop it, but he stops. I don't care what they say. He stops.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you're not allowed to stop.
Full motion.
He was waiting for the keeper to show his hand in it, and if he was going to jump or not, because he does it twice.
Yeah, he stops twice.
Yeah,
He's not continuously moving. He's not. He's not. I know they need to look at that. He scored 14 in a row. You can still miss it by stopping, but
Yeah, of course.
I don't think he should be able to do that penalty. But,
It's definitely at the disadvantage of the keeper.
Yeah,
let's be honest, because the keeper's the only one that's going to fall for that.
So last game, Leeds United versus Brentford, 0-0. Not much to say in that game. Kelleher, thank you, clean sheet. But it was reported to feigned injury to slow down play, and they've said that he's been learning from Arsenal and Real. Be it true, be it not be true, who knows? So that's it for the review. We move on to Bevan's favourite part of this weekend show, the Carabao Final.
What, lad?
Bro, what happened, man? Like,
Bro,
it seemed like the occasion was too big after a while. Don't get me wrong. You were pressuring them for a bit.
20
You
minutes
were pressuring them for a bit.
at best.
20 minutes.
20 minutes
Yeah,
at
a
best.
bit, innit?
Bro,
Best
bro, do you know what it is, yeah? I'll be honest with you. When I looked at the selection, I feel like Arteta got it wrong. And when I saw that Eze wasn't even in the squad, I'm
He's
like,
injured,
what's...
though.
Is
Is he
injured?
injured?
He got injured in Champions League. Maybe he came off. He got injured in Champions League.
Oh, was he?
That's the only reason
Oh, I
why.
didn't know.
He took a
I
shot.
didn't...
He took a shot into the box, and he should have passed it. And from that shot, he did something, and he came off pretty much straight after.
All right, cool. Well, then I can't get him onto it, but it still wasn't good enough. I thought you're right. At times it seems like the occasion got to them, and we, after the 20 minutes, we retreated, and then and in the second half, we didn't come out at all. The first goal we conceded was obviously it's a goalkeeping mistake, but it's poor. And then the second goal we conceded is a carbon copy of the first goal that we conceded, pretty much. And we just didn't look like we had anything in attack. Those three big chances that we apparently had all came from the same three shots that we had in the first 7
the triple
minutes.
save from Trafford?
Yeah, the triple save from Trafford, yeah.
Yeah, bad boy.
Okay.
Havertz had a chance as well, didn't he?
No, that was the chance that Havertz had. The only other chance that we had was when Calafiori comes off the bench and he has a chance.
Yeah, it's a cracker.
Yeah, but it was just too
Chola
easy.
then he got a toe. Yeah, Chola then he got a toe in that as well, innit? That could have been easy. I think that was
That was
1-0.
2-0. No, was that 2-0?
Was it 2-0?
It was a 2-0. Yeah, I think that their tactics were to nullify Zubimendi and Rice in midfield, and it worked. And Kepa isn't as good with his feet as Raya is, so he can't hit the ball long to...
He's not good with his hands neither, mate.
Well, there you go. You need to be a keeper, innit? He couldn't hit the ball long to Havertz, but even when he did knock it long to Havertz couldn't take the ball down to bring anyone else into play. Saka's still on a bad run of form because he didn't have a very good game at all.
Yeah, he stunk out the joint.
Yeah. Bro, I can't think of anyone else. I can't think of anyone on the team that didn't stink out the joint. It was just horrible. Do you know what?
Yeah, there was a lot of things happening in that cup final, bruv. And it didn't feel like a cup final to me because when I saw Man City, their lineup, and I thought, oh, okay, cool. So they're not taking this seriously then because they're putting their B team up. That's what it looked like to me, first of all.
How they putting their B team up? What are you talking about?
Their back line. They haven't played together once this season. Plus
Injuries,
Trafford is
There was injuries though.
Injuries, though, innit?
So?
So it's not.
So
You're
that's
not
their
putting
B
team out. You're
Right.
playing
So
with
they had injuries.
That's not a
They
B
had
team,
injuries.
bro. What
Well,
are
it's
you
basically
talking
a B
about?
team
So
against your front team.
Let's have it right. Let's have this right. So you're telling me that Haaland? Wait! No. I need to just. I need to name the players that is in this B team that you're talking about. So we're
Start
talking
from the back, though.
Haaland.
Start from the back.
No, we're talking about
Start
Haaland.
from the back.
No,
Start from the front.
We're gonna start from where I start from. You can't police my
Okay,
language. Yeah. So
Okay.
we're talking about Haaland. Yeah. We're talking about Semenyo. We're talking about Shirky. We're talking about Bernardo Silva.
He's doing kick-ups on the picture, by the way, while you're still playing.
And we're talking about Rodri, and we're talking about Doku, and that's their B team. That's a B team.
Keep going though. Keep going.
What?
That's not like it's an 11-man team, not 4.
So O'Reilly's the B team player too.
Keep going.
He starts for them.
Keep keep going.
And Nunes is a B team player, but he also
Well,
starts. with him.
but no. Nunes, Kosevanov,
You're losing this
Ake.
battle, bro. You're losing this battle, bro.
Who?
You.
Who?
You're losing
Why?
this battle. Right? Let's look at it realistically, yeah?
Trafford is the only player in.
That normally start. Trafford is the cup goalkeeper, and Gurhey is not cup tied, but he can't play because if he didn't sign.
Mate, I wasn't trying to win this battle, James. I wasn't trying to win. You gotta understand this, yeah. I was never trying to win. That's never the aim of my game. I'm never the aim of my game. I don't need to win because Arsenal didn't. So for me, I'm already the winner. You get what I'm saying?
How can you be the winner? How could you be the winner?
Listen. When you guys up today, yeah, and you've actually thought that you was gonna do the quadruple, and you're walking out there now thinking, "Rah, it was never in our hands. It was a figment of our imagination." You man didn't take it seriously. I told you guys are bottle jobs, man. Get it right, bottle jobs. There's only one real change that you made in your side, and that was Havertz. City made 3 or 4. I
love this from you. I love this from you because I remember when you went out of the cup.
Bro, we're talking now. Not before. We're talking now, today. This stuff is right now.
This is right now. This is right now.
Okay, now.
But you couldn't even make it to past when
to make it like what?
You couldn't make it past Grimsby.
Okay, that's fine.
That's not fine. That is not fine. That's the problem. That is not fine.
You went to the cup final. You didn't win it.
Cup final. We didn't. You couldn't. It's 90 minutes.
Give the flowers to City.
Yeah, exactly.
And just tell Shirky, thanks for turning up. And that's for the showboating, fella. Take it seriously,
bro. We lost in the cup final.
And play them again in the league.
Up against Man City.
Put it right. When you go and play them in the league, put it right. That's all I'm saying. Put it right.
That's what we have to do. I don't know when you can put it right.
You haven't got 4 now. You got 3. You're down to 3. Let's do the 3. 1, 2, 3.
We're still in 3. We're still in 3, bro.
Yep.
And that's 3 more than you that you're in.
You're correct. Just win them all.
We don't have to win them all. We don't have to win them all.
Some say you might have to.
Why? Why would we have to?
Well, some say you might have to.
It's easy to hate when you're outside the club, bruv. It's easy to hate playing 1 game a week.
I'm not hating. I'm just looking at it for what it is, bruv.
That's what it seems like to me, bruv. You're talking about my team and my team's performance and how bad we were. We were bad. We were terrible. But we got to the final. We didn't go out on penalties to Grimsby, bruvs. That's all I'm trying to say.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
You've got beaten in 90 minutes. Well done, you.
We got beaten. We didn't turn up. We didn't turn up, but we had to turn up for games before that to make it to here. Do you know what I mean? You were out of there before the youths went back to school.
When it matters, you got to win, bro. You didn't.
Exactly. So, and when it matters, you didn't win.
No, I'm saying when it matters, you got to win. So you didn't.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Who you got in the FA Cup?
That is so petty.
I'm just asking
that
a
is
question,
not you.
bro.
That's a me question.
I'm just asking a question, bruv.
That ain't you, bro. That ain't you.
Asking.
Be better. You do better. Yeah, that's a me question. That ain't a you question. Oi. We've been working together too long, mate.
Man. So, was there a potential dog song with your goalkeeper going for walkies and trying to take out?
I didn't even mention that.
Listen. If Doku goes down, yeah, then he's getting sent off, innit? The referee did it, but I don't know. I feel like the referee did him a favor because even when he goes past him and he doesn't let play go on,
he better have him.
Yeah, you got bro. You're making me relive a terrible final, bruv. It was an awful final.
Did you guys even hear the whistle? Because I did actually, because Doku stopped and kind of put his hands out. I didn't even hear the whistle up until that point. It was weird. And then I think he blew the whistle when Doku was like,
I don't know, bro. Because I turned the sound off. I can't listen to Gary Neville, so I don't listen to him when watching the football, bro. So I listen to it in silence. Or watch it in silence, sorry. Yeah.
He got lucky.
He did get lucky.
So let's address the other one. Pep's response or Pep's reaction to the cheeky kick-ups.
Do you know what's funny?
Pep
have you not seen it?
Boy.
He didn't look happy.
He doesn't like all that.
I thought he was going to sub him, bro. I thought he was going to sub him off.
But we spoke about this last week. We did speak about this last week.
Yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago.
He doesn't like it, but that's who Ryan Cherky is, isn't it? It's horrible to see. He's a baller, though. It's horrible to see, but if I take my Arsenal hat on and put my football fan hat on, I'm applauding it, innit?
Bro, there's a moment when he was at is it Calafury? and he just spun him round and round and round.
Brother.
And I think he was going to pass it back, and he was like, "Hold on, I could got him again." He
Yo,
went back to him. He went back to him and twisted him up again. I was like, "Yeah, you're taking it now."
He must have ghosted about 3 or 4 man a couple times in that second half. He was feeling himself to the point where he had like a little smirk in his face because he was like, "Oh, this is light." And then when he came off the pitch, you see Pep put him in a headlock. You know he was saying stuff to him like, "Brother, don't do that again." Yeah, because if we lose, I've got some explaining to do.
Well, you know what it is as well, yeah? I think that like when Hincapié got the yellow card, which I think was a bit soft,
crippled him.
That's what he couldn't do anything. And then Semenyo was getting the better of him all of the time. And Arteta doesn't make the substitution. He leaves him on for, like, you'd have thought you could have done it at half time. Or at least like 55 minutes or 50 minutes or something like that. 55 minutes. And he doesn't. And by the time he does make the substitution, they're 2-0 up. Like, and it's all come down his side. And by then, the game is over and we don't look like we're going to score a goal. So
did City make a sub?
Yeah,
they did. They brought in Foden. Foden came on.
Oh, Foden.
Trying to see if anyone else
He came on at the 90th minute.
Yeah, I think it might have just been Foden, you know.
Mad.
But Pep does that though. He has games where he doesn't. I remember so many Liverpool games where he won't make any subs, and you're like, "Bro, what's going on?" But when they're that intense, he sometimes he just says, "No, forget it. Keep who's out there." And it's international, isn't it? International break.
Stones, Atnori, Kovacic, Gonzalez, Reinders, Mamouche, and Savinho all on the bench. That's horrible, bruv. To think that any one time the man that could come on and just go, just license to kill.
Because Mamouche did a lot to get him there.
Yeah.
Like, semi-final and quarter-final, Mamouche put in the work to get them there.
Bro, there's no sentiment. There's no sentiment when you want to win, bro.
I hear that. But I don't know. At 2-0, I guess maybe he wanted Haaland to get that goal. I don't think Haaland's got. I think they're saying Haaland hasn't got a Wembley goal.
He hasn't. He hasn't scored in the final.
Maybe, and he was putting the work in anyway. But listen, credit to City. I'll be honest. I'm one of those people that's happy that whenever was the quadruple a realistic thing. No,
for Arsenal fans, yes.
But as long as you're in those competitions, then there's a chance in it. So I'm happy the chance got stopped at the first hurdle. Forget about it. But it might even be a blessing. Do you think it could be a blessing in disguise that, okay, cool, all the talk is now gone, now you got to switch on. You've lost that battle to Chelsea, to Man City. Or do you think it's now advantage Man City? I know you've still got the point. The potentially 6 points. It could be 9, but potentially 6 points gap.
Southampton upset.
Could it be? Can you see you guys stumbling? Or do you worry about you stumbling?
A part of me does, but a part of me doesn't, because I've seen after we've had a bad performance, I've seen us usually bounce back this season, and I think that this is where everyone's just got to look at themselves. Arteta's got to look at himself and say he made the wrong decisions, and the players have got to look at themselves and really decide that they have to go for this. They got to fight for this league. I know we've got the FA Cup next, and we've got the Champions League, and then the FA Cup, and they've got to show what they've got. They've got to show a lot more than what they showed in this final today, and know that there's other stuff for them to fight for. And it doesn't really, we've got to go to the Etihad, but we've got to go to the Etihad and put in a performance and a lot better than what we've done today, and show a lot more determination.
And it's Bournemouth before that anyway. You got Bournemouth at home before that, so I guess that helps, having the international break, then FA Cup to get over it, then Bournemouth at home. Okay. Well, congratulations, City. Pep's now won 5, and they've now got 9. So he's won more than anyone in that particular competition. So well done to him. And that whole trophyless thing that we're talking about, he's not going to leave trophyless. He might still leave now. He's not going to be trophyless.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not leaving. But we'll move on. We're now leaving Bevan's favourite part of this week. Move on to mine. And it is Player of the Week. I think this is Leon's last week before we move on for Player of the Week. So, Leon, who is your player of the week? End.
I'm picking Beto for Everton, getting his 2 goals against Chelsea. He's obviously come up for a lot of criticism for his lack of clinical finishing, but his finish for his first goal in that game was delightful. So I'm giving it to Beto.
Is it me? Yeah, I think it is me. I was looking at Beto, but I'll go for someone else. Unfortunately, detriment to me to show you I'm not that kind of guy. I'll give it to Welbeck. 2 goals, take him to 12. Listen, I still think his second goal was offside. Can't convince me, but we've been favoured. So yeah, Welbeck gets.
It's all about angles, isn't it?
Yeah, and that extra 5 centimeters that they can choose to use or not use.
My player of the weekend is probably gonna be Beto. You know, I think that's the best I've seen Beto play, like ever. Do you know what I mean? It was very consistent throughout that game.
You know, it's funny. Just before I was with my brother watching the Everton game, and he said something about Beto and him only running. All he does is run channels, and then as soon as he said it, Beto scored. So I feel like I just got to give it to Beto for that. Like Beto heard him, he was in the stands, you could hear him. He said, "Okay, yeah, just run channels, yeah. All right, watch this." Yeah, that first finish was tidy, man. So yeah, Beto.
So Leon, your moment. You're mute.
You're mute, Lee.
3, 2, 1. For me, it's a combination of Man United not getting a penalty and Bournemouth getting a penalty and red card. I think the referee swallowed his whistle for the Man U one, which, like, I'm going to be honest, my heart doesn't bleed for Man U because they had it so good for so long. These men don't know about injustice, but now they know about injustice in it and they feel in it a little piece. So for me, I'm going to go with the moment of the referee swallowing his whistle for Man United, which doesn't happen very often, and giving a pen for Bournemouth.
Okay, so mine has to be Robbie's late winner in the derby. 90th minute. Listen, every kid's thinking, can I score a 90th minute winner against my in the derby?
Yeah.
And he took his shirt off. He's screaming and beating his chest, everything. So yeah. And then I think to top it off, they went to, is it 9? I always forget how to say his name. His name 9. He's the one that caused the first goal. Where,
oh yeah. At 90 minutes they celebrated with him, didn't they?
Yeah. At night, when they won the game, they all piled on him, like, don't worry about it. We got you out of jail, kind of thing. Because I think he's Sunderland through and through. I think he was captain before they got to the Prem and they gave it to what's his name, innit? Xhaka. So imagine getting to the Premier League, your dream, and then you lose your captaincy to someone else. That is a bit harsh. But it's that whole him scoring a goal and then them doing that to him. That's the moment.
Boy. Yeah, I know what my moment of the weekend is, but I can't even talk about it anymore, bruv. So I'm gonna give it.
Gameweek 31.
No, I'm gonna give it to Chelsea, bro, because that whole game was a moment for me, bro. I don't even know what they were thinking, what they were doing, if they were even interested. But it was just Everton versus anybody else but Chelsea right there, because that weren't Chelsea. For me, it was just ridiculous.
Okay, cool. All right.
Bev.
Yeah, I think my moment of the weekend, I think I got to agree with Leon. It's got to be the denied penalty that Man United got, and then Bournemouth going down the other end and scoring, and the VAR looking at it and saying, "No, there's not enough contact," and the goal stands. I think that's got to go down as moment of the weekend for me.
And the red card as well. Can't miss the red card.
No, I'm that part. I'm just gonna leave it to the action, to penalty. then gone down the other end and scored, and it was a good finish as well.
I think that's every referee's nightmare, though. You know, if they make an indecision, or they don't make a decision, and then it has a complete reaction on the other side.
Yeah, I think he was happy with his decision personally. Okay, that has been us. That has been our moment of the week, our player of the week, and we've come to the end of the show. It's been a long one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to hit the notification button. It's been the ArmChair Pundits Weekend Review Show. Take it easy. Peace out.
Yes.